Good afternoon, everybody. Good afternoon. My name is Dr. Ken Trimmins, and along with being an associate professor of music here at Albany State University, I'm also the director of the Albany State University Summer Music and Arts Camp. So I would like to welcome you all to the Black Box Theater. This is the first time that I've had an ensemble in this room, and I want you all to all collectively think cool thoughts. How about that? Okay. But we've got first of all, I want to thank you all for allowing us to take charge of your children for the last 2 weeks. It has been a ride and a half. And you all know what I'm talking about. I have never been so tired at the end of the day than I was last 2 weeks. But it was all good. It was all good. I'm always amazed at the first day of camp because it's the introduction part of team building. They don't, even though they know each other, some of them, collectively they don't know each other as a team yet. And we've seen them, evolve into a team, a team that, it's really interesting to see, and I really love seeing that happen. So thank you again for allowing us to take charge of them for the last couple of weeks. I want to kind of tell you, because I usually do this at the beginning of the camp, but I didn't do it. The music camp came about when I went to Madam President, Dr. Frederick, complaining that I needed something for another ensemble. And when I came out of the meeting, she had charged me with creating a music camp. And so I said, how did that happen? But anyway, I'm glad it did, because I've seen the transformation. There are years, I think this is the 4th or 5th year of the camp. And there was a year that we only had like 19 kids. This year, we're pretty much full. And thank you all for allowing us to have them for the last 2 weeks. And I know I sent you all a lot of emails and everything, asking you all are you really coming? Are you really coming? Because we were full. We were over capacity at one time. But thank you again. And I want to, I could never do all this by myself. So I want to introduce the faculty that's been working with me and working with your kids, your campers, along with the camp counselors. And I want to start with the faculty first. In charge of music theory, she also did the drum circle and the percussion methods or techniques, Dr. Jillian Baxter. And she is the incoming chair of the department. So, Dr. Baxter. The faculty member in charge of vocal methods, and she had them singing and doing all kinds of things with their voices, Professor Tracy Davis. It was more than just learning how to play their instruments and sing and everything. We wanted to put some history in their minds. We want to put some theory in their minds as well. In music history, which is basically music appreciation, we had Dr. Claire Hillard back there. And he also did string methods, and you'll see the strings playing with the concert band. Computer-generated music. He's been with us about 4 times now. But he's got a good demonstration that's going to be coming up. Professor Joel Johnson. And did you enjoy the art exhibit? I hope you get a chance to have seen it, or if you haven't seen it yet, please go over there. It's right in room 107. It's the art camp. Ladies, please stand. Here's our campers right here. Thank you. I'll tell you, you have some talented individuals, some talented musicians, some talented students, and in music and in art. So please go see the art exhibit. And in charge of that camp was Professor Michael Mallard. I'm not sure if he's here, and Dr. Shavika Sneed. And Professor Eartha Watkins did she did music history as well as woodwind methods, and she also helped conduct the concert band. Professor Sneed, where's she? No, not Professor Watkins, sorry. And Dr. Karen Young, and she's in charge of piano and class piano, all things piano, music theory. And when the campers were not in class, they were doing other things, and in charge of those, we had 10 or 9 camp counselors, and they were responsible for them all the time. So they got to know them pretty well. And Miss Janice Burnett, where's she? She's there. Amber Bussey, where's she? There she is, right there. Keenan Brown. Justin Clements. Nariri Flanagan. There's in the back right there. Desmond Ham. Okay. Diana McFall. Andre Thompson, and Kenneth Wright. And I want to mention my boss, who is the outgoing chair. She is retiring. I know, I'm going to miss you, Dr. Hood. Dr. Hood, ladies and gentlemen. Okay. Okay, so earlier this morning, we had a talent show, and it was something else. But I'm going to announce the winners of that. We've got 4 winners. We got first place, second place, third place, and honorable mention. Okay, so we got 4 place winners. But without further ado, I want to introduce again the vocal studio, vocal camp, Professor Tracy Davis.
Good afternoon, everyone. I have had the distinguished pleasure of working with all of your campers, all of your students, in our vocal class for the last 2 weeks. So your campers learned a little bit about breathing and vocal production, and they learned a little bit about singing sounds for the last 2 weeks. And we had a lot of fun together. But also, I've also had the most wonderful pleasure and one-on-one time spinning with Miss Alicia Jenkins. She is our lone voice ensemble for the last 2 weeks. And so we have been working together very diligently. We worked on 2 pieces. We're going to sing one today, and it is a piece by Giuseppe Giordani, an Italian composer. The piece is called Caro mio ben, and she will be singing in Italian.
Oh, all right.
And then Shelin, she is a clarinet player, and before the summer camp, she has not learned any piano skills before. And in this summer camp, she has learned the right way to sit in front of the piano, the right way to play with the hand positions. And because anyone knows what clarinet player read in clef? They read in the higher clef, right? Because the sound's high. But in the piano, because we have high and low range, and now Shelin has learned to read in bass clef, and she can play with both hands coordinated well on the piano. So let's welcome Shelin with her jazzy little piece. And then Manhat had some piano learning experience before the camp, but she told me that she has only know how to read fluently in treble clef, the higher clef, and she only played in C major. So in this camp, we tried to have more progress, so now she can read and play in bass clef, and then today she's going to play in G major, Over the Rainbow. I have to mention this. This is Shelin's very first piano recital and Manhat's second recital.
You all here, it was so good to work with your children. They are some very talented people, And one of the things that I did was I gave some basic parameters, just basic parameters. Some type of drum, you pick. Some type of bass, you pick, you know. And they have done things that you would be very amazed by. Well, you know your kids, so you may not be amazed by your kid, but very, very, very wonderful creative works. So one of the things that does come up sometimes when someone considers a life or a career in music, and you know it's been said, well, how are you going to make a living doing that? Well, if for those who choose, yes, you can be a band director, choir director, orchestra, but there are other things that you can do. And the music industry annually is over $400 billion a year, every year. Certainly there's a place for your child to make $500,000-$600,000. I mean, you know, there's money in the pot for that, right? So, but not all music is necessarily for dancing or for parties. You hear music in film and television, music for department stores and things of that nature. So you're going to hear music that would just excerpts. Now, what they actually did is much longer, but they have like little 12, maybe 15-second excerpts of what they're doing, and some of these original ideas sound like something you would see in a chase scene in a movie. Some sound like something you would hear on the radio. Some of this music would work well for worship. Some of it would work well for maybe music therapy. And these came from your kids. Now, there's no particular rhyme or reason. They're kind of all mixed up. So I have high school and middle school. And when your project is going to play, I'm going to call your name, and I would like for you to stand up. Just stand up right quick whenever I call you. So let's get it started with Abdul Maxwell. Stand up right quick. All right. Thank you. Very different. All right, Alicia. Ayana. Maya. Oh, that was a little longer. She got a whole soul to it. Thank you. And here's the second project by her. That's her. I didn't picture that. I never would have thought of it. All right. Garrison, where are you? Garrison. Oh, yeah. Kind of like ice. Come on out. Come on, see it. Hey, there you go. She had all of 40 minutes. And who's that? Jabari. All right, so that's group one. Group two. Is it Jaden Harris? Here we go. All right, next person is Joseph. And another one. Very different. Another mental place. I'm sorry, Joshua. That's King. All right, Lauren is up next. Lauren. Anna. I've heard some modern gospel that's kind of like that. All right. And Victoria. Yes, there are two different keys going on at one time. Very sophisticated. Dr. Trimmins, do we have time to hear the last group? So this is the last part three. Peyton, we start with her. Peyton. Her. Some of these students have worked with the program for the very first time during camp. All right. Rain. Oh, that's Ray. I'm sorry, Ray. That's Ray.
Another one for Ray?
Hal River. Now sailing. I can hear somebody rapping on top of this. Let's try
Happy birthday! Happy birthday! Happy birthday!
Very different. Very creative. So I don't know what kind of music you listen to at home, but Caleb, well, see what? Here's the second problem. Same guy. That's it for
Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon. Yes, we're going to do something percussion now. The first thing we're going to do, I did percussion techniques with the students. So during the week, what we worked on were things like on snare drum, doing different rudiments. We did things that had to do with grids, duple and triple. We did standard rudiments like rolls, 5, 9, 17-stroke rolls. We did paradiddles with all the paradiddles, single, double, triple, paradiddle, diddle. So when they come home and they say, I don't know that, they lied to you. And they all have a little packet that has stuff that we went over and stuff that we didn't go over. So please encourage them to pull that out and keep looking at it. Okay? But what we're going to do, we're going to have percussionists come on up. Okay? They're going to set up. They're just going to give you a sample of one page of what they did, which is like a diddle grid, a duple grid, which is basically like rolling. They'll do like some 16th notes, and they'll have some diddles that they'll do. Okay? Let's give them a moment to get set up. going to move into, you see that it says like drum circles. We have middle school and high school group. So what I'm going to first do is let middle school go. So if you're middle school, you know, come up here. Middle school, you're coming up. Hand drums, we've got like a djembe, we've got our kunga drums, we've got a surdo, it's like our frame drum, okay? We've got some shakers, maracas, we've got cowbell and triangle. So they all have something different they're going to do. What we're going to do is kind of stair step in these different instruments so you can hear what they're doing. And then we also, with both groups, we learn a lot of things that we do in drumming. You have is like call and response. So some of the students will do like a call, the group will respond, a call, and so forth. So we'll just give you a taste really quick of what that's like. Who are our call people? 1, 2, 3, 4. Beautiful. We're going to stair step in. You're ready. This is our heartbeat. 1, 2, 3, That gives you a sample of us learning the beginning group. We're going to exchange and have the high school group come, and they're going to do a kind of version of the same thing with some added stuff. So if you exchange out, come on, high school. So the high school group, we're going to do the same version, kind of like the samba. Instead of stair stepping in, we're just going to start right on the groove. Okay, we're going to have some calls. Who are our call? Raise your hand. Okay, so we'll do sets. Go down the line for our calls. But then we're also going to have a solo as well. Solos, raise your hand. Okay, so we'll have the solo as well. Okay, when we do the solo, it won't be just by himself. The group will get a little bit softer, and he'll play something over the group. Okay?
Okay. As I said, we had our talent show this morning, and we had some really outstanding talents that were exhibited that had early in the morning, 9 o'clock. It was early. It was early. So first place. I got to get names. Sorry, I should know them, and I do know the first one. First place goes to someone who I've seen this individual, because if I said it was a male or female, they would know who it was. But I've seen this individual grow, blossom, and this person has a lot of talent that's just ready. It's just bubbling just to come out. And she had some technical difficulties this morning, but her beginning of it was incredible, and she won first prize. That is Fawn. Okay, and she actually sang was it a Disney song? Was it a Disney song, Fawn? Was it a Disney song? Okay, she sang a Disney song. And in second place, I mean, it was really close. It was really close. Second place, and I was really surprised at this, how great it sounded. She played clarinet, Brianna. There's actually something in here.
Yeah.
Y'all want to know what it is? Yeah. Well, they could eat it. What's a gift card for my favorite? No, it's not. But Burger King. Fawn got a $25 gift card, and that I think that may be two $10 certificates. Number three goes to someone who played the instrument also known as the piano. Caleb. And I think this is a $15 gift certificate. I would too, but I got to give it away. All right. And honorable mention goes to a duo my arms aren't long enough. Joseph and River. Right? Yeah, right? Is it? Was it? Urian. I'm sorry, Urian. Joseph and Urian. River and Urian. River and Urian. I'm just reading what they got here. I knew River was in it, so y'all got to split this. But actually, I got another one for you, so congratulations. Okay. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, take your spots. You hear from me, but I wanted to thank you all for letting them participate in the ASU Summer Music and Arts Camp. I really do appreciate it, and I hope that. Actually, let me do this. If you have participated in the camp before this year, stand up. Okay, so we do have some repeat offenders here. But, and actually, Justin, who's a counselor, he was a part of the first camp that we had. And now he is a senior, he's a rising senior here at ASU. So, so thank you. So thank you. But yes, I appreciate it. It was a lot of work. When I first started this, 3 weeks ago, I had a whole head full of hair, and it was all black. But no, I'm just kidding. Yeah, you do. But I have truly enjoyed every second of the pain that you all gave me. No, I'm just kidding. I'm serious. It was. I mean, I want to thank you all for spending your valuable summertime, vacation time, learning more things. Okay, so we will hopefully have this again next year. So pass the word, and I think a little bit later, maybe next week, you'll receive a survey. So please answer it and send it in, and we'd appreciate it very much. So without further ado, Professor Watkins.
Oh boy, what a wonderful time we have had these last couple of weeks. And I just want to add to what everybody else has said. We talk about teaching the whole child. What you've seen demonstrated today is what it's all about, teaching the whole child. When you get into this part of our young people, you find out that they discover some things about themselves they didn't even know. So the benefit of this camp, you'll see it down the road over and over and over and over again. It'll show up in English and math and science and physics and all those types of things. So just reiterating what Dr. Trimmins has said, thank you so much for allowing your young people to be a part of this. And I think they are going to walk away with just a pot full of golden nuggets that they'll be able to use throughout their lives. So we're going to culminate today all the things that they've learned and do a performance for you. Now, the beauty of this group is that we have probably every level that's sitting before you. We have some people that have been playing a year. We've had some people that have been playing 2 or 3 years. And the beauty is that it all comes together. They all reach out to each other. Everybody benefits from playing with each other. So we'll play a few numbers for you today. I hope you enjoy it. We'll start off with a piece entitled Fanfare and March. So our next piece is a fun piece. The conductor, Randall Standridge, he did a series of pieces, and this one is entitled Tadpoles. And so if this one is tadpoles, you can imagine what his other piece was, right? Tadpoles are baby frogs. Right. So this is really a piece that will help students to learn differences in articulation. So you'll hear a lot of jumping around in this piece. As a matter of fact, he says, play it a little froggy. Okay, tadpoles.
trombones. Yeah. That's the fun part. All right, so our next piece is it's a piece that we really made one of our staple pieces that we teach because it's a spiritual piece, but it's also an opportunity for us to stretch the students out a little bit. They get to play something a little bit more difficult and a little bit more challenging. So we're going to perform for you now a piece entitled Salvation is Created. So we want to end up with something fun and different. Have you ever done a tango? Have you ever done a tango? Have you done a tango? I should have known you. Okay. So the reason we did this piece is, number one, the students had an opportunity to do a little dancing at camp this year. And we thought, Dr. Trimmins and I thought it would be fun to at least play a song where they actually get to play the music that goes along with the dance. And so if you ever look at Dancing with the Stars, you know, they have to do a tango. Right? They have to do a tango. So we'll end up today with a piece entitled When You Play the Tango. Let's be serious. When you play the tango.
take the time to thank you all again for letting us borrow your students for the Summer Music and Arts Camp. Okay. Before you whisk them away, because I know you're so glad to have them back, right? We do have certificates for them, so if you, I'm going to get the counselors to help me get certificates out to them before you whisk them away, if that's okay with you.
Thank you to these wonderful young people, these wonderful young people today. Thank y'all so much for your efforts. We appreciate it, and we'll see you again next year.